Okay, hello everybody. I'd like to welcome everybody in here to our quick coffee break webinar here, and today we're going to be talking about, let me go ahead and open up our Church Windows website uh, as our opening image here. Today in our coffee break webinar, we're going to be discussing installing version 17 of Church Windows. All of our Church Windows web customers already have that on their installations now, and we are currently shipping out Church Windows version 17 CDs in waves out to all of our customers here. Cue the Flight of the Valkyries music. So all of our customers who are on our update and support program are going to be getting those Church Windows version 17 CDs hitting your mailboxes over the next several weeks as we are kind of spacing them out a little bit for everybody. So what we're going to be covering today in our webinar is installing version 17 for all of our folks who are currently using Church Windows version 16. So yeah, my name is Jim. I'm coming to you live on a rainy day here in Columbus, Ohio. So welcome in everybody. Let's go ahead and get started. First thing I want to talk about here is our website over here at churchwindows.com. I just want to make sure I point out to you guys that there are a number of tools available to you. If you come to our website, churchwindows.com, that you may not be aware of that I want to make sure that you guys do know. Down the left side of our page is a navigation bar for all of the different sites on our website. Underneath the bubble for using Church Windows, the blue bubble, if you look underneath there, the thing I want to make sure that you guys are aware of is our support blog. Listed right here under the using Church Windows bubble there. So clicking there takes you to our blog with this is a section of our website that is constantly being updated with new content and information that is useful for folks who use our program. You can click there. It is a searchable blog where you can type in any particular topic that you're looking for there, and it'll give you a little bit of information that you can use from there. We have, let's see if this is up and running. You want to check under the version 17 resources going forward as we start populating and getting more information out for our Church Windows 17 users. You can go there as well. Okay, that was wonderful. Let's go ahead and then talk about Church Windows and installing to the new version 17. Over the next couple of weeks, like I said, you'll be getting a CD in the mail. It's kind of a maroon colored CD, burgundy colored CD, Church Windows version 17. In order to install version 17, let me go ahead and open up my copy here. You're going to have to be, number one, on version 16 of Church Windows. When you are using logins and passwords for version 16, this is the screen you will see. You're probably accustomed to simply clicking on the drop-down list, selecting your name, and typing your password in to get into the Church Windows. That is going to change in version 17, and we will talk more about that in just a moment. But before you can install version 17, you must be on version 16 of our program. That is the upgrade path that you must have. If you're on anything version prior to version 16, you will not be able to update to 17. So on your opening screen here, that is where you can see which version of Church Windows you're on. It can be 16.13.0, 16.13.1, 16.13.2. Any of those versions are what you are required to have before upgrading to version 17. The other thing that must be in place is you must be on the accounting module, and you must be on the donations module. Now, even if you don't own those modules or if you don't have access to them, they may be grayed out on your opening button bar here, but you need to log in and take a look and make sure that it says donations and it says accounting on this opening screen here. If you are not in that version, basically the deal with this is we've been in the process of rewriting our program module by module, and version 16 of our program supports two different versions of each of these. It supports an older version called financial and the current version called accounting. It supports the legacy contributions module and the current version called donations. So on your opening button bar, you must show donations and accounting as opposed to contributions right here or financial. If you are showing either of those older versions, contributions or financial, they must be converted to the new versions. There is more information about that conversion process back here on our website where it says conversion transition, which is listed right here underneath the Using Church Windows bubble. So more information about converting to accounting and donations can be found on this page. Okay. I'm told that the blog is up and running right now. Let me take it. Yes. Okay. So this is what you will see when you click on that blog link. Again, like I said, this is a searchable page. So right up here at the top where it says search for, you can type in whatever topic you're looking for and it'll give you a list of all of those entries that you have available to you on our blog. So invaluable resource for you guys. I encourage you guys to take a look at that. Okay. All right, with version, okay, so you must be on version 16.13.2. You must be on donations as well as accounting. And there is one other thing that you need to be aware of before you install version 17. And if you're going to take one thing from this webinar, this is what you have to know. The most important thing I'm about to talk about is this next thing. When you upgrade to version 17 of Church Windows, your login window will no longer have the drop-down list that you are used to seeing. So this login and username, normally when you open version 16, there's a drop-down list where you simply select your username. Version 17 will no longer have this drop-down list. And if you do not know your username, by the way, the username is the bit on the drop-down list before the parentheses. So for my login, for example, my username is Jim, which is the part before the parentheses, not Jim Petrusky, which is the full name on here. So before you upgrade to version 17 of Church Windows, the most important thing, in my opinion, that you can do is to log into the system with one of the usernames that has access to the security screen, which is right here under System Administration and Security right here. This is what that window looks like. Down the left-hand side of your security window, you'll see a list of all of your different users. What you will want to do here is click on each of the users and write down what they have listed in the second box next to where it says username right there. This is what each of the users will have to type in on that username box in order to get into the system. Their password is the same as it was before. So the password has not changed. The only difference is going to be that now, instead of being able to select the name on the drop-down, they have to type in their username. The username is case sensitive. So in this case, I will have to type in Jim with a capital J when I log in after I've installed version 17. So Go to your security window, write down each of the usernames. You'll want to click down your list, select each name, write down what you have in username so that your users will know what to type in order to get into the system. I'm going to show you what that looks like after you upgrade to version 17 in just a moment. Okay, time is going to be running short here, so I need to show you the actual installer now. When you drop your Church Windows 17 disk into your tray on your computer, you'll be looking at a window that looks like this. Church Windows version 17 will be listed at the top, and you can have the different options on that auto run welcome screen here. Okay, so from here, real quickly, since we're looking at this, I want to point out that if you do click on the Browse CD link here, it's going to open up a window showing you the contents of your CD, and on that CD there is a folder that says, manuals there. And if you go to that manuals folder, you will see complete documentation for the entire Church Windows program there. So if you want more information about the new membership module, you can just open up that document there, and there will be information about that. Okay? All right. So those are PDF documents that you can get from there. Okay. To install Church Windows, you click the Install Church Windows link at the top of that list, and it will begin the installation. If you have user account control enabled, you'll click Yes to run the installer. The first part of the installation process is it is extracting all of the files it needs. When it's ready to install, you simply click Next on this window. This part of the process is where it is going to check, it's going to show you, this part of the process is where it shows you how many installations of Church Windows it's going to upgrade. If you have multiple installs of the program, it will show you several lines on this window, and when you click Next, it's going to begin its installation process. Since I only have a single installation on this computer, it's going to run the install through one time. If I had multiple lines on here, the install will run through multiple times to update each of those instances. So I'm going to go ahead and click Next, and it's going to update my C:\CW install. Okay, so the installation is going to check your computer at this point and make sure that all of the components we need for Church Windows to work are installed and are to the correct versions. So that's the process it's going to go through here. When it's ready to begin, after it's done that check, it's going to take you to the window to ask you to upgrade. You simply click Next to begin that process. It's going to show you the type of upgrade it's going to run. Clicking on Install will begin the installer. Okay, so it's going to go through its process here, checking each of the components, upgrading to the new version of the program here. It gives you a progress bar to let you know what it's working on. Depending on the speed of your computer, of course, this process can take longer or shorter amount of time. If you have multiple installs of Church Windows, it's going to have to run through this process here multiple times. Another note I want to put in while we're waiting on this to complete is that if you're installing a new copy of Church Windows, it will probably install multiple components. You may well see other installation windows that will occur prior to this if you're installing a brand new copy. The purpose of this webinar is to show the process of upgrading Church Windows from 16 to 17. The main thing to keep in mind is to let the installation run through its process here, and you're just waiting for it to complete, and you'll have a button to click finish once the installation has finished. And there we are. So once Church Windows has completed, you'll get this window here. You simply click Finish at the bottom of the screen. Normally this window will close all by itself, which it just did. So once you've completed your installation, you're all set to go. Under normal circumstances, it's not going to require a reboot of your computer. So once that has installed, you double click to open up Church Windows. This maintaining database window is going to open up here because what it's doing now is it is in the process of upgrading the databases that were in version 16 to the current version, which is version 17.14.0 now, and it will take you to this window. So again, like I was mentioning, remember that drop-down list is no longer here. Fortunately, I went through my list under security. I wrote down all of my usernames and I know what I need to type in here to log in. Jim with a capital J for my username and my normal password there. Clicking OK there will take me into my program. So that's the first thing that it's going to show you when you open up version 17. Is going to open up this product improvement program window, which is something that we've added to this version of Church Windows, which basically tracks Church Windows usage. So when you're working in the program, that is going to keep track of what screens you're clicking on, what options you're using in the different parts of the program. And it's going to, as long as you have an internet connection, our programmers are going to be able to know what parts of Church Windows our users are most commonly using so that they can focus their attention on those screens for future updates. What this will not collect is any of your actual Church Windows data, nor will it collect your identity. It is there for usage purposes only, so our programmers kind of know what they need to work on. You can choose to participate or you can opt out on this screen. So this is our new screen for Church Windows version 17. You'll see it in the upper left-hand corner, version 17.14.0. The main focus of this update is the membership module. So when you click on membership here, it is going to take you to a new interface for the membership module. And this is where the majority of the work has been done. Keep in mind, though, that for data entry in membership, if you simply click on members, it will be the familiar membership members window that you're accustomed to seeing. So this stuff all works for the most part the same as previous versions of Church Windows. The majority of the work has been done under reports, which is not what we're going to be covering here in our quick coffee break webinar here today. So there we go, folks. That is installing version 17. Your cup of coffee probably is empty by now, so I think we've done enough for our webinar here today. I'd like to thank everybody for joining me here today. If you're all set to go, feel free to click on the X in the upper right-hand corner of your GoToWebinar control panel. That'll exit you out. For everybody who's out of here, thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope you have a good afternoon.